Hey, it's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the RockyMounts MonoRail Hitch Bike Rack and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier. The MonoRail is a 2-bike platform style bike rack capable of holding 2 bikes up to 60 pounds apiece. It's going to make primary contact with them with this wheel hook right here at the front, as well as one strap down here at the back. No frame contact at all, so if you want to mix and match, get your carbon frame bikes or nice paint job bikes on here, you can. Alternative frame bikes should work fine, again, just because we don't make any contact with the frame at all. The first feature we're going to show off is the fact that it does have the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded up. You can see how we do that using this blue handle right here that's underneath the trays. It's really easy to access even if you have both bikes loaded up. So I'll pull on that and it'll tilt down towards me. It tilts pretty aggressively, but still not quite enough for us to get full tailgate access. So I'll open this up. You see we do get pretty close, but eventually we'll be making contact with the rack right around here. But if you have a tonneau cover, now would be the time to get anything out of the bed that you might need. Or if you don't have a tonneau cover, plenty of room back here now to reach over and get anything out of the bed for your ride. To tilt the rack back up, make sure you grab onto the rack and not your bike. You hear it click into place. Now we can work on getting the bike removed. First thing we're going to do for that is get this strap undone here on this back tire. Everything is color coordinated, so it's easy to find. Just press that blue button, release the strap, come up here, grab onto the frame of your bike, press this large blue button at the end of our wheel hook here, pull up and away, and now I can get the bike off. Set this off to the side, and then we can take a closer look at some more features on the tray and the cradles. So I'll get this hook out of the way here, get it down so it doesn't interfere. You see this front cradle here does have a maximum tire width of 5 inches, has a couple of different grooves for your different tire sizes as well, and it can fold down to save a little bit of space when not in use. This back cradle does have the ability to pivot to accommodate wheelbases of up to 48 inches. From here now, I'll get a measurement so we can see what it's like to add this onto the back of your vehicle. From the bumper now to the furthest point out, we're going to be adding on just about 31.5 inches, so kind of an in-between, sticks out a little bit of an already pretty long vehicle, so keep that in mind. Ground clearance is going to be just under 2 feet, so about 23.5 inches, and as high as you're going to have to lift those heavy bikes, it's going to be closer to 27.5 inches. So there's a nice rise in the shank and the design overall. It's going to be really helpful, not going to be worried about bottoming out. If we want to though, we could save a little bit of that space using that same handle we did to tilt away, to fold the rack up towards the bed. Again, you'll hear it click into place, and we'll get that new measurement. Now from the bumper to the furthest point out, it's going to be just over 12 inches, so we do save a good amount of space that way. It does sit pretty close right here. I'll measure that, not counting the strap because we can fold that in. The closest point is going to be about 1 inch, maybe just like 1.25 inches, but RockyMounts build quality is really nice, and it's not going to get any closer than that, so it's not going to make any contact there. As far as what it covers up on the back of the vehicle, our license plate is down here in the middle. There are a couple windows where you can maybe see through that okay, but the rack does block a lot of that. Backup cameras right here in the middle, kind of the same thing. Right in the middle, we should be able to see over the top and through a couple windows, but the rack is definitely going to be in the way of that. You're definitely going to know it's back there. It sits compact enough that it's not really going to interfere with our taillights at all though, and it's not going to get higher than our tailgate, so we won't be able to see it out of our rear window. Before we come down to the shank, you see this post here. That's just for your cable lock. It's not integrated onto the rack, but that's where you'd put it when you secure your bike to the rack. As far as the shank itself goes, it is a 2-inch shank that's held in place with an anti-rattle bolt, and this lock on the end that's going to be key-to-like to that cable lock I just mentioned. So it's really sturdy. As you can see, I'm shaking the whole car by the rack. So it's in there, and it's not going anywhere. So overall, The RockyMounts MonoRail is one of my favorite value options for a bike rack. It has most things that I would need: 5-inch tire size, tilting, folding, overall build quality, places for your cable locks, really easy to access that tilt and fold. So it is one of my favorite options. This was just a quick look at the RockyMounts MonoRail and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier.